virgin appearance from Jonathan McMillan, Representative, House of Representatives 58. How you doing, Jonathan?
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
First
How
of
are
all,
y'all?
congratulations. I don't know if I should have sympathy or congratulations.
Well, that's what I've told everybody. Everybody says, well, congratulations. I'm like, I'm not sure if it's congratulations or condolences yet, so I'm still right there in that process trying to figure that out. So
Found the bathrooms yet?
working on it. So that was the first time. Yeah, there's so many in there, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I've found some. I don't know if I've actually found my favorite one yet. So
No GPS inside the Capitol.
No.
Seriously, though, have you been told when the committee is going to be issued out?
Well, Speaker White, last week we had to turn our committee list. We have I think the list was 10 that we turned in of our choices. And he made reference that possibly this Friday, maybe this Friday, that he'll name some committees. So yeah.
You asked for anything specific?
We put, we were asked to put, our top ones on there, which I did, but at the end of the day, I guess sometimes going through that process and really looking at that,
yeah.
You don't really know what you don't know, at this point, coming in. So obviously I put things that I, with business and what I do on a daily basis, put those on there. But, at the end of the day, hopefully that they'll put us where, we'll be most effective and we'll be able to serve. Because a lot of the new guys coming in, that's kind of the attitude that we're having. We're just there to serve and we're there to do a job. So.
Probably only two people in Woodville sitting on a porch in Woodville, Mississippi, that don't know who you are. But so just a little bit about you and District 58. Is it all Madison County?
So yeah, I am. Yeah, me and Jill Ford are actually the only two members of the House that have the entire, have our entire county is Madison. So that is correct. Yeah. So my main, district. Whenever they redistrict, they pushed me over. I have a little thin strip, of actually city of Madison proper, but I go up to Gluckstadt, mainly Gluckstadt and out toward Livingston. Yeah. So, yeah.
One of the counties in the state of Mississippi, and certainly districts also, that is just exploding as far as business is concerned. It's just amazing.
Our business is, we've the business side that I run, we've been there for 18 years, so we were definitely
and that
ahead
is
of
what?
Davini. So, yeah, we have the tractor dealership up the road. So, but we've been there for 18 years. When we built, there was nothing, up that way. And then,
as a matter of fact, I remember when you guys built, I said, what the hell are they doing building in the country out here?
Well, I tell you,
it's fine for farmland, but where's the customers going to come from?
It was a challenge for years, because we were just trying to get foot traffic there. Because, of course, I've been here forever. And literally, and even in high school, which this, from Madison to Canton, there was nothing. It was a straight shot, nothing. So the challenge early on was to actually just get people, hey, we're here, to actually come in the store and do business with us. So that was, anyway, but yeah, absolutely, it has changed now. So it has changed now.
The same thing for a lot of the businesses in and around Mississippi's newest city, Gluckstadt. When you look at people like Callaway, when they came in, why are you moving way out here?
That's right.
But it has been amazing. And it's also from a guy who's from the Mississippi Delta. It's over my lifetime, it's been good to see how things progress and grow instead of die in some of these small towns, and that's been good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the business at hand. What's on your track here are things that you'd like to accomplish in the first 4 years?
Well, I think, right now, obviously, coming in as a freshman, in the House, I didn't really, going through the campaign process, there wasn't a whole lot of promises or this. All I've told everybody was, look, I think that we need to have real people. We had to have real people step up to serve. And going through that campaign process, whenever you talk to people, a lot of people have no clue what goes on in Jackson. They're just so removed from it. Heck, we work our jobs, we raise our kids, we have our family, and then that's kind of the last thing on everybody's mind. So hopefully coming in that not that I know anything or I'm anybody special, but there's been a lot of conversations about what actually do y'all do? What do you do up there? So hopefully that people can see that and maybe get a little bit more involved, take some interest, because it matters. What happens in Jackson matter,
We had a story yesterday. We were talking about this yesterday, the brain drain from the state of Mississippi, and we need more workers here in the state. We need to educate our people a little bit better. It's just one of those things that's going to take a while to get to where we need to be, and we're getting there. But I didn't say this yesterday in the conversations, or even when the lieutenant governor was on with me on Monday. But one of the problems we have, I don't care which way you look at this, we are the beat up guy. We are the butt boy, the state in the entire United States of America. You want to make fun of poverty. You want to make fun of racism. You want to target somebody as far as being primitive or backwards or just. At the most negative things, then you always mention the state of Mississippi. And it's not fair. It's certainly not accurate in many things, whether it's on Saturday Night Live or whether it's on some joke or movie, whatever it happens to be, or some news organization. When they do that, that's literally just a value of millions of dollars in negative. I see some of this stuff on Wallet Hub about where we are on the worst, and I've always said this. We always show up on the top of the worst and the bottom of the best list, and then people wonder when you start looking at some of the publications in the state of Mississippi and liberal media. Everything they write is negative about Mississippi. Don't you think the generations of people who read that, then they go through high school into college, that is part of the problem of the brain drain? Well, they want to go somewhere else?
No, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a stigma, and you're absolutely right. I'm tired of it, too. And so, kind of the point of that is, I guess there again, nobody special but me stepping up, running. Other people, we have 25 new members of the House, and some of those guys, just getting to know those guys, of course, going through the campaign process, got to know those guys really well. So I'm very encouraged of some of the new members, House and Senate. Very encouraged from a leadership standpoint, top down. Hopefully we can change some of that. We can change some of that narrative that's out there, because you're absolutely right. I mean, we just went on a little trip, end of the year, and we're all the way out in Utah, and you talk to people, and people, well, where are you from? Well, I'm from Mississippi, and it's kind of like, oh, really? Well, you know how to get out here, well, absolutely we do. So, but I think we have a very good foundation right now. I am super excited about, the opportunity coming into the House to try to make a difference there. And I know my colleagues, from freshman lawmakers to the guys that have been there from a leadership standpoint down, I think that is the narrative that we need to work on to change, and I'm encouraged the talks that I'm having with people that we will,
Jonathan McMillan, who's the new House Representative guy from District 58. Jonathan, how much of your business is agriculture compared to maybe yard and garden type?
We where we are, we have two locations here. I mean, where we are in Gluckstadt, Madison, a lot of that's going to be your hobby farmers, your weekend guys. We do service a good bit of construction, obviously around here. But we do have a portion of an ag segment. Now, our other location, they're probably a little bit more ag than what we are. But we do have a lot of from hay guys to cattle operations. But most of our stuff is the weekend guys, hobby farmers when it comes to that.
A lot of legislation. I know there's going to be some legislation on preventing foreign ownership of some farmland. There's going to be some bills on that this year. There are going to be a lot of bills, I think, that will address this personal income tax and trying to put us in a position to compete with other southern states. Your thoughts on that? There again, the first 2 weeks, like you said, you're joking around finding the bathrooms. That's kind of what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm sitting back, really doing a lot of listening, believe it or not, and just trying to take a good idea. Take everything in. I do trust the guys that have been there working on these issues, from the top down. And coming up with their plan, and let's come up with a plan. Let's execute it, and let's work. Let's go to work. That's what we're here for. And just like a contract for a new piece of equipment, sometimes the devil's in the details. So you got to read that bottom line.
There you go. That's exactly right.
When the bill hits your desk and you're supposed to vote for it.
That's it.
More coming up, and I won't hold anything against you because of your father. But more coming up in a moment or two from Jonathan McMillan, Representative, House of Representatives, number 58. back with more next. How's Dad doing? Butch doing?
He's probably on a tractor right now, to be honest with you. So yeah,
well, that's good because it took him 3 years after retirement to learn how to keep a Kubota right side up.
Did you hear about that story?
Oh yes, I did.
Oh goodness gracious!
So
he's good for our shop. Let's put it that way. He's good for business. There's no doubt.
And you should have found one of the Kubotas with training wheels before you put them on there.
You know him well. That's too funny.
Yeah.
I'll definitely tell him. So yeah.
Just to look at some of the other things that you would like to accomplish, and I understand what you're talking about. You just got to get your feel. You're actually lying to the public if you said you're going to do this and that and there. It takes the first year, the first session is just feeling.
Yeah, no, that's right. And I mean, we've talked about that, and I, coming in, I didn't want to tell people that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And really, to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing at this point, So, but I just, I think my point whenever I say, from a leadership standpoint and getting down there and getting things done, it is very, very, very encouraging to me, going through like I said, talking about the election process, doing that and going here and going there, doing the talks and the speeches. I didn't plan my speeches. I really didn't discuss really anything with from a lieutenant governor to the speaker but you go and listen to those guys and listen to what they say, and it's pretty uncanny. That what they're saying is mirroring what I'm saying, and then not only what I'm saying, but other members. So it's really encouraging getting down there. Whenever you have a group of people that collectively thinking on somewhat the same wavelength. I'm not saying that everything is going to be the same, but I think you're able to take that and move that bus and push it forward and actually do some good. You listen to Lieutenant Governor's and Speaker White's speech. At the inauguration, Speaker White, he said, hey, guys, we've got an opportunity here. Let's really focus on not necessarily the politics, but the issues, and let's move forward there. And Lieutenant Governor from both sides of a house, and I don't know when it comes to, this, how much in the past, you're fighting here and there, but I really honestly, earnestly think that these guys think that we have the right people on the bus able to move forward from Lieutenant Governor's speech. We have the people under the dome in order to move this bus forward. So it's really encouraging. It's encouraging.
You have some new people, younger people coming in like yourself, too, that brings new blood.
Absolutely. Like I said, 25 new members of the House, and I think there was 7 or 8 new members in the Senate. And there again, those guys, because we followed those, most of those people, or I did, got really close with some of those guys going through the election cycle. And, it's encouraging whenever you're talking to them that, hey, we're really on the same page. So it's encouraging.
We have been famous in our state for a long time that change is an enemy. And it is very, very difficult to change. And the truth is, the things that are the hardest to do make the most difference. In the long term, the are saying, all right, we're going to have a lottery. We're going to do this. That's in the Bible Belt. That was very, very difficult. We went through that with the casinos. Man, that was a difficult thing to do. It's one of those things where in Mississippi the Bible Belt. Sometimes you had to just adjust the two. You can't buy a bottle of dinner wine on a Sunday because you go straight to hell. You just absolutely can't do it. Even if it's in the grocery store and it's the low limit of that. You can't do it. You can't sit at a gaming table and with craps or a slot machine unless your butt's floating in water. And for somehow, I don't know if you're baptized or what, but the water canceled out the sin in the Bible Belt. We just talked about it a few moments ago. You have the government of the state of Mississippi authorizing marijuana, cannabis, as a medical solution for some people, but we're only going to give you a 7-day supply. So every 7 days you got to go back and do it again. So we've handled that for a long time, but change, whether it's the flag or a lot of other things, and I think we need to do the same thing as far as homeschool is concerned. We need the same thing to do. It's tough on personal income tax, but those are the things that are going to change the state for the future.
And I think, you speak of change, and definitely, I mean, there's things that I mean, heck, you look at our business. I mean, we've been around, oldest Kubota dealer in the U.S. I mean, 1967, so we had a lot of processes and things that we're doing it this way, and this is the way we've always done it, and things change. Business changes. There's things that we've had to learn to adapt and move and change. But when it comes to the state, I think, whenever you talk change, we have such a rich history and tradition. There, you have to kind of balance the two, because we don't want to lose what we are in Mississippi, and that's a very special place. But we need to be progressive in some areas and probably tweak here and there in order to get where we want to get to. So,
do you have a desk mate yet, or have they assigned that?
So that was the other most important thing, I think, is to try to, other than finding where the bathrooms are, who the heck are you going to sit by? So,
well, how do you do that? Like you just draw straws? Or what?
Oh, pretty much. I mean, they go by seniority, and Percy Smith, Representative Smith. He, of course, he's been in the House forever. He was number one, so he can choose whatever seat he wants to sit in and whatever parking place he wants to park. And obviously, I think I was number maybe 115 or something. So I was way on down the list. But you talk about going through the election cycle and meeting folks. So one of the reps from Rankin County, actually Lance Varner, me and him, we kind of followed each other, campaign all along, and we talked. Because everybody kind of follows the same speaking cycle, I guess, whenever you go through that. But it was funny. He was like, well, what if we get in there and what if we end up sitting next to each other, which is, but I'll be dang if we don't draw names, and that is my desk mate right there. So I'm sitting next to Lance Barner over in Rankin County. So
I would think it would be better to sit by an old war horse.
Well, I don't think any of those guys really wanted to sit next to us. So I think that was the problem. They're like, hey, we're going to put those guys right in the front and make them do the dog and pony. So.
What did you learn? This was your first political outing, wasn't
it? Absolutely, yes, sir.
What did you learn anything that you didn't know before?
From what standpoint? You mean just from running?
It's a great all about humanity, about politics, about dogs, about shoe leather, a lot of different things.
Oh, I've got a ton of stories, and we could sit here and talk for an hour.
We've only got a couple of minutes, but give me a couple of good ones.
Well, you go up, and I didn't have any dogs running over eating me or anything like that. But just talking to people, a lot of people, they said, I hate campaigning, I hate going door to door. I absolutely loved it, and we started knocking doors probably April, May, and we went through, I guess election was August the 8th, I believe. I think we knocked doors right up to there. I don't know how many we ended up knocking, but it was thousands and thousands and thousands of doors. And I really, you talk to some folks, and they talk about negative experiences they had at the door from people. I don't think I had one. I can't remember one negative conversation I had with anybody. It was all positive and just a bunch of good folks, man. I'm happy to be in the House, honored to serve. That district, because there are a lot of good people there. And there's a lot of good things.
If you want to learn a lot, just run for politics one time. That's all you got to do.
Tell you what.
I did that one time, and you learn things like there will be people who will slam the door in your face, and there'll be other people who say, come on in and have some fried chicken with me. And so, and you're scared of both of them sometimes.
Well, in the heat of summer, I appreciate it. Come on in here and get some tea and some water. So, and those 110 degree heat index days. So, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's good experience one way or the other.
It was a great experience for me. And, I'm super excited to be here.
As you move on and there are issues there, are you planning on dropping any bills in the hopper, or you're going to wait a while?
Right now, I'm sitting back waiting. There's a few things, obviously, that I'm interested in, and just really sitting back, listening, trying to learn, trying to navigate, the way of the House, and that is it's a big pill to chew on and a big pill to swallow up there, So a lot
I'm
to
not
learn.
sure how.
Drinking out of a fire hose. So
I'm not sure how they will intersect, but they probably will sooner or later. Some of the things that go on with the Board of Supervisors in Madison County, which has got to be one of the strangest, because in the fastest growing state, you have some of the most controversy of any board of supervisors in Madison County for some reason. But that and some of the things going on with the expansion of business, I'm sure somewhere, somehow, we'll reach out to the representatives.
That's right. Fortunately, I have really good relationships with all of those guys, from the board of supervisors to the cities. So, fortunately, we have a lot of good folks there, too. Look forward to working with them.
You got it. Say hi to Mom and Dad.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Jonathan McMillan, District 58. Some sound bites in the update. Oh, have you seen this? The update on the Epstein drop that just happened. Back with more next.